Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So things are underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Trent Alexander-Arnold is a key component, particularly in teams that play on the counter. Okay, you have the pace and the overlapping, but add to that his excellent work ethic, deliveries and his willingness to get back and cover. All qualities I really like. And then there's a whole array of flair.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And that could set him on his way. He's onside! Whistle's gone, that's foul.
Well, talk about being caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't think he had much choice there, although he's paid for it.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. Shot could be on. Brandt deals with that comfortably. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He's ended up in no man's land. So what can they make of this? And he plays one through. Ah, that's a fine interception. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Selangor clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was...
And the shot! And he's done it! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Indonesia finding themselves unexpectedly behind. More and more pressure on the ball here. Selangor very much in the ascendancy and with a goal to their name. Fernandes. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Fernandes makes a move down the right. He's shifting through the gears here. Not much subtlety about that challenge. Aims beyond the defence. That's the keeper's ball. Great vision. Now it's Hazard. Alexander-Arnold. Brandt. Messi has the space to scheme. Brandt. Getting up there! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Batistuta clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Selangor with the corner, there first. And it's Messi. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And now they can spring out of defence. Spread it left. Guardiola. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Selangor given another corner. Selangor have their second corner now. Alexander-Arnold with the short one. Alexander and a header! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Alexander-Arnold to McAllister. Fernandes gets across and deals with it. And here's Batistuta. It's a really well-measured ball. Caicedo. And it's McAllister. Probing pass. Oh, good taking him. And the shot! And no mistake. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
So they have it all to do. He's having a shot! And it's in! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
Indonesia have their lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Fernandez. Looking for a runner. Oosterwolde spots it and intercepts. Son Heung-min. Can he get it through? And this is Batistuta. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. So, third corner of the game. Son Heung-min! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Son Heung-min actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
He's got away. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And it's Brandt. And he welcomes it in. Takes a shot! And that's a tidy finish. And once more we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of it.
And that brings the first half to a close. Selangor are finally getting a much-needed break. It's been absolutely breathless stuff so far. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I can tell you it's been a wonderful watch, Peter. I'm not complaining. The goals just seem to keep on coming. It clearly means that defending hasn't been at its best, but you know what I'm like when it comes to defending.
Well, it has been a high-octane first half, full of action, both sides with 2 goals going in at half-time.
Substitution on the field. Number 7, Son Heung-min. Number 10.
And so we're off again.
Number 9.
Selangor have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Number 11, Kane.
Now it's Hazard.
Oh, great feat that.
Deflected behind for a corner kick. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Fernandez. Now it's Kane. Throw in. That could spell trouble. Oosterwolde did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Cristiano Ronaldo
Really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Oh, that was vital. Selangor, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, we're certainly...
It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And that was very necessary. Messi powering forward here. Great ball, and Messi! That's another chance! And it's in! And they get themselves in front! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Messi, whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Selangor, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Now, can they get him away? Guardiola cuts out the pass. Alexander-Arnold. Oosterwolde. He's in a great position here. And this is Kane. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Fernandes. Hazard. Now it's Kane. Just eases him off the ball. Nicely weighted ball. Nice bit of trickery. And he's managed to get... It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Fernandes. That is good alertness. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. Well read, and the danger is averted. Camavinga. He has found the way through. Now the ball in. Oh, what has happened? And the finish! Oh, he has absolutely drilled that.
Well, look at him, furious at himself for missing. Having said that, the manager applauds his effort to find that bottom corner.
Substitution on the field. Number 8.
So here comes the substitution.
Number 6. Pep Guardiola. Coming on the field. Number 4.
Just a quarter of an hour to play.
Caicedo.
Distributed tidily. He's in plenty of space here. Shoots! And that's a sharp finish. Once more they've done it! They just will not lie down!
I could watch this every week, Peter. Talk about strength of character. Wonderful.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
And this is Kane. And it's lofted through here. Can he latch on to this? He's being urged to shoot. Swings in across. Defending of the desperate variety.
Selangor clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Oh, that's well spotted. Vardio. And it's Fernandez. He's a sharp little ball here. Fernandez. Pau Kubasi kept his eye on it, and he's there.
There will be 3 minutes
Caicedo.
added time.
Vardio. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Kane. Over to the right flank. Can he spark a counter here? He's found a way through. And that is expertly dealt with. And we're done. What a game. A contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Selangor certainly
And
had
if you
some
do
good
have a
moments,
chance
Peter.
today,
There were
please take
plenty